like it catch fire, make it go hard.
Bottoms up, ever see your cup? Got a couple bottles, but a couple ain't enough. Bottoms up, throw your hands up. Tell security we bottoms up, ever see your cup? Bottoms up, bottoms up, ever see your cup? Got a couple bottles, but a couple ain't enough. Bottoms up, throw your hands up. Tell security we about to tear this club up. Bottoms up, pocket full of green. Girl, you know I love the way you shake it in them jeans. Bottoms up, throw your hands up. Bottoms up, bottoms up, bottoms up, bottoms up. You know what it is, girl, we back up in this thing. Money stay in my pocket, girl, I'm like a walking bank. Tell me what you drink, tell me what you think. I go get these bottles, we go alcohol and tang. Calling all the girls, do you hear me? All around the world, city to city. Cheers to the girls, so juice to the guys. Now I got a chicken and a goose and a rag, getting loose in the ride. Hey, look, move to the side. Bottoms up, ever see your cup? Got a couple bottles, but a couple ain't enough. Bottoms up, throw your hands up. Tell security we about to tear this club up. Bottoms up, pocket full of green. Girl, you know I love the way you shake it in them jeans. Bottoms up, throw your hands up. Bottoms up, my vision's blurred, my words slurred. It's jam-packed, a million girls, and I ain't tryna lead her. We drunk, so let me be your alcohol hero. Calling all the girls, do you hear me? All around the world, city to city. Cheers to the girls, all juice to the guys. Now I got a chicken and a goose and a ride, getting loose in the ride. Hey, move to the side. Bottoms up, ever see your cup? Got a couple bottles, but a couple ain't enough. Bottoms up, throw your hands up. Tell security we about to tear this club up. Bottoms up, pocket full of green. Girl, you know I love the way you shake it in them jeans. Bottoms up, throw your hands up. Bottoms
Yeah, it's 50, aka Ferrari F50. Break it down. I got a lot of living to do before I die, and I ain't got time to waste. Let's make it. You say you a gangster, but you never pop nothing. You say you a wankster, and you need to stop fronting. You ain't a friend of mine, you ain't no kin of mine. What makes you think that I won't run up on you with the nine? We do this all the time. Right now we on the grind, so hurry up and cop and go. We selling nicks and dimes. Shorty, she's so fine, I gotta make her mine. I ass like that, gotta be one of a kind. I crush him every time, punch him with every dime. I'm fucking with their mind, I'm making press rewind.
Azcom.
Yeah. Run that back, turbo. I see your nigga ain't.
Fais-moi de la place, place. Soit tu me comprends, sinon tu tailles. Soit je me taille ou tu tapes au-dessus de la mêlée, pas de batte. Monsieur, que voulez-vous, que voulez-vous? Non, mais de quoi je me mêle? Je veux de l'air, avec toi je m'en mêle. Alors de quoi je me mêle? Tu fous la merde, non, y'a pas de repère. Chérie coco, fais-moi Je veux le bifton, pas de bobo. Chérie coco, veux ma photo. Fais-moi pas de bobo. Appelle-moi Catalina, mia T'aimes toucher moi, je le sais bien, je le sais Appelle-moi Catalina, mia Pour qui tu te prends, joie en toi, tout déboule. Le bouc est trotté dans l'air, il est toc toc. Est-ce que tu pourrais m'étonner? J'sais pas si t'es cop, en vrai me parle pas. Tout billet code code, de quand t'es cop.
Black Boy DJ Azcom.
Ma 3 fois canon 4-4, fais-moi de la place, place. Soit tu me comprends, sinon je taille. Ma 3 fois canon 4-4, fais-moi de la place, place. Soit tu me comprends, sinon tu tailles. Ma 3 fois canon 4-4, fais-moi de la place, place. Soit tu me comprends, sinon tu tailles. Soit je me taille ou tu tapes au-dessus de la mêlée, pas de batte. Monsieur, que voulez-vous, que voulez-vous? Non, mais de quoi je me mêle? Je veux de l'air, avec toi je m'en mêle.
Black Boy DJ
Alors de quoi je me
Azcom.
mêle? Tu fous la merde, non, y'a pas de repère. Chérie coco, fais-moi Je veux le bifton, pas de bobo. Chérie coco, veux ma photo. Fais-moi pas de bobo. Appelle-moi Catalina, mia T'aimes toucher moi, je le sais bien, je le sais Appelle-moi Catalina, mia Pour qui tu te prends, joie en toi, tout déboule. Le bouc est trotté dans l'air, il est toc toc. Est-ce que tu pourrais m'étonner? J'sais pas si t'es cop, en vrai me parle pas. Tout billet code code, de quand t'es capable, J'vois pas le vaisseau mère, jamais rien sans rien. J'vois pas le vaisseau mère, y'a jamais rien sans rien. Y'a que des mots, je veux pas me laisser faire. Où est mon vaisseau père? J'aimerais toucher le ciel. J'suis yombe, chérie, tu sais. Chérie coco.
Based on your suit, if you guys are seeing, by the way, okay, so obviously, as you guys know, first of all, apologies to everybody who's been DMing me, asking, Sandra, we can't hear you. Is the station offline? No, I just ran a bit late, and I'm really, really sorry about that. But either way, the guests are in the building, okay? Because last weekend, we personally, as Kenyans, declared for ourselves a public holiday on Friday for whatever reason. And we decided we're just not participating in work on Friday and we're making ourselves have a long weekend. I still don't understand how that came to be. And speaking for one of my guests, Mr. David Kate, okay, one of your talents posted, I think, a conversation you two were having on his Facebook. And he was like, if your own lawyer has declared a public holiday for himself and he's telling you don't call me until Tuesday, he was like, what's wrong with you Kenyans?
Can I speak on his behalf?
We need to take holidays very seriously.
What do you mean?
You also need to know your issues are not my emergency. So as soon as the clock's 5, you check out.
Your issues are not my emergency. Bro, spoken like a true boss. What you mean?
Wacha nikwambie, unacheki umse. Umse. Kimpigia simu past 4.
He's not accepting.
No, mtapata na masehemu zingine lakini sio kwa ofisi.
Okay, I must be special because Kati has never not picked my calls.
But you
I'm living
special.
lavish.
Bado nakapua.
Shukran,
Hey,
manze.
bubbly ni nini?
Asante, man.
Mm.
It is. It's a good day.
The whole family.
The whole family. First of all, you guys, this is Kenzo who's just wilding right now.
Oh, naitwa Kenzo.
Legendary in the Kenyan music industry.
Legend, tunajua ni pombe. Wewe acha kunizeesha
Sasa
bana.
kuna pombe gani inaitwa legend? You see, the fact that you know about pombe called legend
I
says a
own a
lot.
wines and spirits. What do you expect?
Okay, that's actually factual.
Eh.
And then obviously we've got one of the starting off queens in the music industry, Miss Jacqueline Noah. You need to shout, babe. You need to be about this life. We're not doing calm over here. We're not about that.
Okay, so my name is Jacqueline Noah, singer-songwriter, performance artist, and I'm so happy to be here.
She's doing the thing.
Cinderella talk.
Artist, what do you mean? What does Cinderella talk mean?
Calm and collected.
Unajua?
Mmezoea marafians kama mimi ndo mnasema.
We ni gaidi. We ni gaidi hapa kaida.
The disrespect up in here is a lot, okay? It's a lot that's happening. Anyway, you guys, karibuni, you're on the stage on Icon Radio with me.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much, you guys, for coming through and supporting my intrusiveness into your lives, because that's what I'm about to do.
So you're supporting. We're here for you.
Oh, shukran.
We're
Thank
here
you.
for you. So you're
Thank you,
supporting.
sir. I was.
Buda
You've
usindikie na
been telling me
ng'ombe.
for like 5 years.
By the
I'm waiting
way,
for the
we
second
can just
wife.
sign the thing, then tupeleke babako kwanza marriage certificate, then hizo zingine tuta.
Sorry, what?
Buda,
Nataka nifanye kaa Kamene na Bones.
Haraka. Hiyo ni wewe umesema.
Tuamkie tu na dunia mzima inajua tumeona.
Hiyo ni wewe umesema.
No, they're gang. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying it like that. That's what you're trying to tell me to do.
Haraka upesi. Siku hizi hakuna hizo mavitu. Sijui kama sema no, parents anakujanga akiambiwa anga sisi chao wana.
Group ya committee ya mchango.
Utachangiwa kwa nini?
Buda tukichanga
Utachangia vitu.
jua demo wako ni wetu sisi wote.
Ni
Tukichanga.
squad. Itakuwa ya squad.
Pass it around.
You all are crazy.
No, ni ukweli tu.
So I want to start off with David Kate. So, okay, I've obviously known you for like ridiculous number of years. As a you corrected me the other day. Because I was like, he's a entertainment lawyer.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, Sandra.
It's an intellectual property lawyer.
You understand? Yeah, he was just like, listen, sis, don't wrap me round. I'm not trying to fight about contracts with vendors. Nah, I am specifically an intellectual property lawyer. So obviously in all the years and all that kind of stuff, I would known, or rather I've known, of the different, people you worked with and so on. Recently though, the big moment happened when finally Nonini's verdict came in and he won his case against the infamous Brian Mutinda. I say infamous because, well, let me tell you what made me happy about this about this verdict. Outside of Nonini being a friend and me agreeing that yes, he was owed what he was owed, it's because initially when he flagged Brian and he told him, bro, you can't use my stuff just unprovoked. You've got to ask me first. You've got to get the rights from me first and everything. And Brian's response was classic influencers of the two scan group, or the corporate behind me. Who is this artist who doesn't even have music? Like, he talked really recklessly, and I think it was out of assumption that Nonini is not even here. He's one of the OGs. He's not really releasing music like every 2 months or whatever. Si wasahi, for lack of better words. And then even I think in one of his tweets he said something crazy like, I'm the one who's even re-putting your music out there for people. Like, he made a statement of that nature.
The
disrespect was top tier. Like, it was top tier. So in my mind, I was like, this is such a full circle moment. I was like, yes, Iwe Funzo. You know what I mean? Because influencers we've seen right now in the 254, in all the different things, whether it's via TikTok or whatever, they really have this tendency of, and I guess it's because of things that are trending, of just taking music and using it prior to even having conversations with the artist and so on. And I was like, this is bad, because you see, in all sincerity, and I want to get the breakdown, did you end up having to also include the brand that he was posting about in the suit?
Absolutely. When you're suing in such a situation, influencers don't work on their own.
Of course.
Influencers are people who are contracted, either corporates or individuals or other entities.
Yeah.
And for this situation, he was contracted by that other company called Phoenix Electronics, through obviously an agency. And now whatever he did, he was doing for the purpose of advancing whatever business whatever the company was into.
Yes.
And he ended up now using my client's music.
Yeah.
For pushing that, we can call it an ad or commercial.
Yes.
On social media.
Yeah.
And commercials are now changed from the old days we used to watch.
Omo pika box alafu inakuja in between.
Adverts now are more like there's a new emerging media on social media.
Yeah.
And now that is what he did.
Exactly.
But he didn't follow the right procedure, and we sued, and we got the verdict in our favor.
So, okay, what ideally should be the right procedure?
Now, it's property.
Yes.
Like any other.
Like a shamba.
Land, like your car.
Okay, got it.
I wouldn't just cross your shamba like that and trespass.
You don't live in Kajiado, clearly.
Yes.
Because the Maasais are moving freely. They're moving freely, my guy. We see their cows just down the road every other day. Yeah. Like, okay, cool, man.
So, first of all, you need to appreciate that this is someone's creation.
Yeah.
And you need to get permission from them, legally what we call a license.
Okay.
For you to be able to use their property for whatever reason you want to use.
Okay.
And it is only for that reason.
Or you can't say, I'm getting this to do this, and then you do 17 other things with it.
So you cannot say, I want to use your music to push a product to a client, then you end up using my song as a soundtrack to a movie. Now, every license is specific.
Okay.
So if you say the purpose is this, it has to be that. And once the use lapses, you have to get a fresh license for you to be able
even if it's for the same use.
Even if it's for the same use.
Okay, okay.
Yes, you have, because licenses usually have a time period where they lapse. So you say, I'll use this for a campaign that lasts 1 month.
Right.
If the campaign is extended, you have to extend your license also.
Right.
And that is why he had a problem, because he had never contacted my client in any way.
Yeah.
So he just woke up one morning, there's a video online trending, he's pushing a product, the music is there. And the argument really was so much on social media, because on social media everyone is a professor. So it's very important to steer clear of things that you do not know. Yes, and that is why you need to just let people say whatever they say. But at the end of the day, this is what the law says.
Yes.
So people started arguing that all these songs are on all these platforms, on this, on TikTok, on TikTok, on Instagram. You have all these songs on this platform.
Yeah.
But if you notice, if you go on your social media platform, you'll notice that these songs are only available for fair use. Maybe, for example, you're looking nice, you want to post a video of your dress code, outfit of the day, use the song. It's not for commercial gain. You're just showing.
It's for your personal moment.
Nice. Yeah. But when you set up a business account or a corporate account, you can never get copyrighted music from these accounts. You'll get what we say common music. This is music you can now use that belongs to no one. It's music that has been given out for the development of copyrights and intellectual property.
Right. Okay, I've seen that happen before, where on one account you can post whatever you want to post and tag whatever song, and then on another one it's like, yeah, you can't use this song, and then Instagram just sends you, and they're like, bruh, take this down, this is not happening. Right. This is so clever. But now for the licenses, do you pay as per the license?
Yeah, you have to agree. And a license not necessarily does not mean you're getting paid. It's just the permission.
To be like,
if
I'm allowing you
like
to.
That, spoken on, I want to use this song for this.
Right.
Give me the permission. So long as it's written down and you can't recant later on, that's it.
Okay.
It doesn't mean that you always have to pay for a license. Sometimes you can be given a free license. The fact is you asked for permission. That's the key thing.
That's the key thing.
And I usually tell creatives that there's only 2 ways to this. You have to say please and say thank you. So please is the license, thank you is the payment. Yes. So when you meet someone who are not boys like that and you can't just use your music like that, you'll of course have to agree on a payment plan. And this thing is very deep, because you can see when people are doing sampling, people pay as much as $10,000 US, $50,000
to sample. That's true.
Songs.
That's very true.
And it's all about the permission and the license to use it.
I mean, Burna is giving Tony Braxton 70% of Last.
Correct. Imagine.
Do you understand of the earnings of that song? That's how you know you are a legend, because for Tony to be like, for her to get 70%,
and she's no longer doing
do you understand? I'm like, that's major.
It's all about negotiation.
Yeah. No, her legal team is on it.
Absolutely. This is income for them.
I swear to God. It's the same way even when Diddy announced the other day that to date he pays Sting $5,000 every day since the release of Missing You. came out before sampling that song. 5K USD on a daily.
Yeah, you should consider the fact that these people spend. Kenzo is here. I can tell you how much it costs to just have a studio session, go do several takes. You're paying for every time you go.
No, of course.
You have to pay for mixing and mastering. Then you have to pay for promos and marketing and all these things before the music hits.
Jakun is like, I know.
Then you'll have
My
to
struggles are real.
a music video. You have to do it with the best.
Yeah.
You talk to the likes of Kina Enosoli, Kina Osidiana.
Yeah, Enos is not playing.
The videos are going for even.
Enos is
million
charging you
plus.
NGO money.
And you want to use that song for free? Impossible. It's
Yeah.
unacceptable. You have to
Okay.
pay for it. Yeah.
And so now, okay, because so in the last weeks that I've been having interviews, especially with like undiscovered Kenyan talent and so on, let me tell you, Kati, and I keep telling people this even online and out of line. I'm like, I cannot understand how to date right now, as artists in the 254 and beyond, I guess, because there's somewhere outside of here, how artists still don't understand what intellectual property is and their rights. It really blows my mind. For example, we had a group of one of the biggest songs, I think, in the last 3 months. You know what, actually, I really don't care, I can actually say, for Kuna Kuna. And the actual writers and owners of the song, first of all, already in the video, they were like, they did a cameo. So already in my mind, I was like, sorry, how are you coming in your own song? Like, you guys are the guys behind the dancers. Make it make sense. You know what I mean? I was like, what? Then number two, when they came into studio and we had this conversation, and they were like, unfortunately, we just signed a document with the producer who also has a label. And so for some reason, that song, they don't own any of it. Yet it was, do you understand? And that's the number one song in the 254 for like 6 months straight. And I sat and I remember I got so mad after that. Let me tell you, I was livid because I was like, guys, how did you sign something for Alatu because somebody has told you, Alafu, you know, part of the deal is I'll be paying your rent. I'm like, this 17 G's is willing to pay for you guys on a monthly basis does not even begin to compare to the amount of money you're literally making off the song as we speak. And it's all going to him. That really broke my heart because, and I don't know, and I kept asking, and they were like, no, you know, we didn't know about these things. And I'm like, what platforms can we create to allow especially the upcoming artists to know that before you sign any freaking thing, before you put your voice on any track in any record label or with any producer, you need to have ensured you've got these documents and these are the things they've signed. I don't know how else to talk about this.
So to answer that, I would say that it's all about contract. And even today, I myself can decide to be philanthropic.
Yeah.
Maybe I have an extra 10 million I just want to spend the way.
It must be nice. Where?
I decide I'll call in artists to come do a song. I will own the rights to this song. I'll pay them for their time. Then they will be able to earn their income through shows if they ever do shows for the song. They'll earn their income through collecting as authors for their lyrics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's all about contracts.
Okay.
So what artists need to understand that different players in this industry.
Okay.
The person who funds the production is the executive producer.
Okay.
He owns the production.
He owns it,
regardless of how many people will come, the rest will just be making cameos either for a split share or for work for hire to be paid and leave. So they need to read the contract and get to know what they're getting into.
Okay.
And don't need to own actually rights to everything. Sometimes you can get paid one-off, a huge chunk of money.
Money once off, money
you've never received before.
Yeah.
Just to sign off your whatever your copyrights to whatever works you contributed in the whole creation. Yeah. But at the end of the day, what you need to know is this: get what get what it's worth for you to be able to surrender that. Right. And the best thing is our Copyright Act also covers the issue of moral rights, in that even if the song is owned by someone else, that person who owns the song needs to give credit to the people. To the people who okay. So credit will always go with them. Okay. You can never buy off moral rights in Kenyan copyright law. Right. Yes, absolutely.
But then now, okay, for example, like with Jakui, now that you're here, when you put together your first single and you started to be about that life, what were the first steps you took in terms of your legal ownership of that song?
First of all, I'm so glad I'm under an artist development.
Okay.
It's really like to Britain to like, how will I say it? Like
the business side of the music.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, so to about music management and everything.
Okay.
All of which, but at least I had an idea of what I'm going to do.
Okay.
So like I just paid the money.
Okay.
And then I just did my song. like hakuna any split shift or anything.
Right. So the song is yours.
Yeah, it's mine.
In all fullness. All right. You see. So now, okay. So when but that's under your artist development management, right? But now, in the instance of everybody else who I've woken up today, I think I've had a great voice. I'm going to go and meet Kenzo in his studio and we're going to do a song or whatever because, I like his vibes and I saw him online and I DM'd him. And and he was like, Kuja studio, let's put something together. From that point of me starting this conversation with Kenzo to the point of now the song is out, where as a upcoming artist am I supposed to get the information? Do you understand my question? I'm like, what are the platforms? Because everybody just thinks MCSK. But tumeona you understand, like all I know is I know kuna MCSK ati
usaje jina zingine mbele ya watu.
Kivipi?
Sasa unataja MCSK kama
inakubombaya
wakwenda huko.
Ulireceive pesa ngapi?
Taunani. Ndio taunani na catalog yangu surely. Anyway.
Oh my god.
Yes, walimeuliza. Kidogo people okay, mimi naongea hizi vizungu mingi ya pantambua.
Amna shida.
So kile mimi nataka mkuambia ni mchekisa zingine pia tunapatianga wasanii pressure mingi sana.
Okay.
Mwambianga wasanii hivi. Kama unajua haujui na uko na do. Haya wasee.
All right.
Kama unajua like for instance kama unajua haujui law, though the information is out there. Saizi kila kitu kwa net.
Yeah.
Kama unajua haujui
but we know ourselves, guys are people. Let me tell you, there's an illness that people have right now in this world of failing to put in effort to get information.
Yes.
People expect you to just give them the information. People are like, I'm like, you cannot sit with your phone. You literally have Wi-Fi or data, and you're failing to do any sort of research on anything. You understand what I mean? Like it's absurd because how are we helping each other?
So at the end of the day, unafaa kujua unaenda kwa hiyo kitu ambacho unaipenda, utakutengeneza do. Na wewe kujipatia kwanza mmemenga madem sana. Madem mostly wao ndio wangu wanachukulia advantage sana.
Yeah.
Madem kama unajua kuna do, kama unajua kuna hiyo do, wacha nisikudanganye hii industry kama una do utatumika vibaya. Na sio kimwili ama nini. Pia hii story za IP.
Yeah.
Utatumika vibaya sana. And sometimes if you have money, utakomeji save a lot of nonsense. Utakomeji vitu mingi sana. Mimi luckily najua okay mimi mtangaji nyingine but okay mimi namjua.
It's okay, don't tell us that other name. We don't know those problems in the streets.
Luckily naweza kumpigia nimuulize advice kama
umelemewa
ni aje hiyo utafanyaje, na hebu nitumie contractor ataniambia fanya hii fanya. Saa zingine nitishangi kitu okay aje nitisha doeni aje nitisha
but anakuitisha kitu vile tu hujui
but ukiwa on the know how itakusave as in kwa tu smart kuna simu na kuna net, hata siku hizi kuna free wifi mjini. Enda tu tauka pale Tomboya piga net yako
on the free wifi learn some stuff
kwa sababu hii muziki mimi kuna wasanii wengi sana wanakuja kwa DM Kenzo nisaidie mimi upcoming msanii Mungu ngachini namuuliza mbona unafanya muziki ndio kutengeneza do namuuliza wewe uko na hiyo do kwa sababu hii ni kama kazi, hii ni kama una invest in yourself.
Yes.
So wengine au expecting tu Kenzo akam ni kufanyia kila kitu la
yeah.
Then the worst part na wasanii kama hao, okay sorry nime deviate from the
initial
topic, but wasanii kama hao wakishafanyia kila kitu tena au ngoja uwaike shows au ngoja wafikirie ngoma
true. That's true.
Saa zingine mwambianga msanii it's easier kupush msanii juu kushinda kumtoka chini. Mtamka chini nyinyi wote unajua. Lakini kumsukuma the best thing anafanya ni kuangukia, unajua. Utaumia
yeah.
So it's easier kupush msanii juu kushinda kumvuta kutoka chini. So hiyo tu ni from the as in perspective ya wasanii upcoming. My friend nimepatana na wao. Kenzo uliangukia niliangukia, wewe mbona hujaangukia?
Yeah, like how
anyway.
No, I get you. No, but it's true. Like what you're saying is very true because it's the constant issue I have also now on my end. You know, like it's 120 DMs, and I'm like, okay, great. So you want to then what after that? I've had enough because they're like, please, I just want to come on your show. I'm like, I have no problem. You want me to give you a platform? No problem. And then we'll have a conversation. And bruh, the next time I'm hearing of anything of that person is never. You understand what I mean? So I'm like, you came here, you said this is the plan, this is what you want to do, this is what you're trying to achieve. But it's 6 months down the line, not one thing you said you're going to do, you've done. And then what's going to happen is they'll see a post of, I don't know, Sandra's put a poster of this. Oh my God, can I get a slot to perform?
Yeah.
I'm like, perform what exactly?
Perform
Because I've seen zero effort. I've seen zero progression. I've seen zero advancement. So how am I putting you to perform and that hasn't happened? Like, what is the development that has happened in the last 6 months since I last spoke to you? You've not even put out new music. I've not even seen you in any rehearsal rooms. All your posts have been on Turn Up, Chiles. So I'm like, help me understand. You know what I mean? Like, unanielewa?
Wacha nikushow kitu. Me, I'm lucky. Musemanga mimi nilikuwa lucky. Nilikuwa signed na Ogopa DJs.
Right, so there was discipline and
not even discipline. Before Lucas, kwanza alikuwa na get catalog kwako. So hakuwa anakurulizia ngoma ya kwanza, tumerekodi ngoma ya kwanza ni kali yeye imetoka. No. Alikuwa anakurekodi ngoma kama 8 ama 6.
Right.
Then he creates a plan for you.
Okay.
Then within those months kabla haja kurulizia ngoma ilikuwa nika probation.
Yes.
Ulikuwa unafundishwa the do's and the don'ts. Na venye kubehave mbele ya watu, venye kufanya vitu.
Yeah.
Kitu moja pia na wasanii. Mcheki saizi tumekam kwa setup ya, sorry kusema mnaongea kilami.
Yeah.
Sasa kuna msanii maybe hiyo kilami ni struggle.
Yeah.
So hata kama jaribu kuibanza atichomee kwa watu. Yet ungeji express tu venye unajua. Kila mtu angekuelewa.
Yes.
Would I get like there's two small things that really creates an artist.
Great.
There are really small things that unza kwa as saa zingine Lucas anasema hivi. Talent has to be there till it counts for no percentage.
Right.
Like hizo zingine 100% is you.
Yeah.
Individual.
Yeah.
For even sake millions ya Lions. Tulikuwa naimba Lions.
Yes.
Tulikuwa naimba na kina BN na kina Elani na kina Enos na Pentamon. Unaget. Tulikuwa natembea daily kutoka Lions mpaka Arboretum. Kuimba tu. The whole day hatuja social hajafanya nini. But uchika zile umemake it, wasanza kusema umeangukia.
And it's okay, so now coming to speak of a situation happened and I'm not gonna necessarily name the names because but there's a DJ who messaged an artist because they've seen they're doing this massive world tour. And they were part of the team when the first tour happened, which is great. I'm like, thanks. So when this next tour was announced, there's a DJ who messaged said artist and had the audacity to say, I'm the one who brought you first to this place. How can you book a tour in my quote unquote home area without including me in the plan? And either way, I'm the one who made your career. So me, I paused and I was like, sorry. And okay, I'll tell you guys off here who I'm talking about. But in the back of my mind, let me tell you this thing, I took so much offense because I was saying, by the time you were even trying to get them for the first tour, it's because already the music is what had made you be like, nah, this is the next, this is it. And so then to say something as absurd as you can't book the next tour without me. It's like that madness that people have. But you see there's gatekeeping and then there's just stupidity. Because this artist is not sitting and doing their own bookings. There's a whole management team. That management team has since changed. If you're going to pick a fight with anybody, pick it to the management. You know what I mean? Because why are you assuming that the management of this person can't think for themselves and say, we're going to put together this plan? Every artist right now globally is doing a world tour. So why should this management play less for their artist when they know they can put together a world tour? And why are they reaching out to you? You know what I mean? So that
just to add
your audacity for me also within the industry, as you said, the gatekeepers, is so sad because, and I'm sure you faced it as well, Jacqueline, as you're starting up. You try to do this, and then there's like a million people in between who it's like, oh no, until you do this, so go back and do this, or what are you giving me? And you're sitting there and you're like, for somebody who outwardly spends time telling people, oh, me, I'm about the Kenyan music and blah, blah, and then when you meet them kwa ground.
Sasa umekampali kwa nataka kuongea. Unasikia hiyo kitu umesema. Ni some sort of entitlement.
Yes. Yes.
And I'm sorry, naona kuna DJ kwa nyumba. I have a bond to collect with the DJs. Lakini sio kukosa kucheza muziki.
Yeah.
Nowadays, they don't make songs big. They play big songs.
But of course.
Now that's a problem.
But of course.
Ucheki kitambo, DJ Styles, DJ John, DJ, those guys used to enter kwa studio.
To introduce new music.
Not even to introduce.
Yeah.
They come, they ask Lucas, ama Clemo, ama MC Oka.
Yeah.
Let me listen to vile mziki una plan kurelease. Then anasikiza, akisikia ngoma, this might make me look good.
Yeah.
anaichukua anaisha nakufa nao that's actually what made DJ John big. Kwa sababu kila Friday alikuanga nimepata ngoma fulani exclusive kutoka maybe so and so, you guys listen to it, I think this song will be big. Then anakufa nao. Siku hizi DJs wanangoja ngoma ishike, then wanadandia.
But okay, so Kenzo, let me just say this. I don't know if the guys who follow me on Instagram, every Friday I literally do this thing called Friday Music Frenzy, and I put out music that I think is just epic. Most of the time it's not yet as big as it should be, you know, like the artist I don't know has, because everyone measures things with followers these days. The guy's like 800 followers or whatever. You know what I mean? But for me, the song is top tier. And I've got so many in there. You know, sometimes even the ones who DM me, it's reached a point where I'm getting a lot of artists who are from all over the world DMing me and telling me, please send me your email. I want to send you all my music now to start doing and it's something really big I'm on even with this show. But and now my problem is I completely agree with you because I can name right now, for me personally, at least 2 or 3 DJs who I know on a personal level consistently play music that ideally isn't at the big level yet. And one of my favorite guys, shout out to Seme, because if you listen to Seme's music, please, that guy literally spends time listening to music outside and not what is top 100 on Billboard. You know what I mean? Because every DJ right now, for me, in my opinion, I can tell your playlist back to back. I can tell you where you're starting. I know the next song is this one, the next song is this one, and I know in a night they're not going to not play these 15 songs. Those ones will have to play. And it's literally because of this. And also for me, it's just a level of laziness.
Thank you.
It's really just a level of laziness. Because if you actually paid attention and you were actually about the music, your playlist would not be the same because there's nothing more. And that's why I'm really limited with even where I go clubbing now. Because I'm like, let me just go where SM is playing. Because everywhere else, I know. You know that 6 hours, I know the entire playlist. So you know what I mean? Yeah. And that means, and every week, that's the same playlist you're playing. So in my mind, I'm like, why am I coming to spend money or hang out here? Let me just go where I can consume and listen to new things that we're trying to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, personally, I'm looking forward to a night I'll go out and hear a song, and hear songs I've never had before.
Please.
Yeah. Question marks.
Baba, when are you coming back? When are you coming back?
Next week I'll be back.
Okay, I'm gonna take you for seminar to understand what I'm saying because it's top tier.
Sema ni mtrue. Mimi sema shaipigia simu na mimi hata alitoa wapi namba yangu.
Akwambia nitumie hii song.
Aliniambia nitumie ngoma fulani. Nikakaa nikamuuliza, okay, who's this? Akaniambia DJ Sema. Nika Google nikaangalia nikashindwa, okay. Yeah. He's not even Kenyan.
He's not. Do you understand? And the amount of Kenyan music he consumes and sings, it's crazy. It's actually crazy.
On that point, it's not a matter of fighting the DJs.
Yes.
Saa zingine unjua venye sisi walituchapa tuka raise our standards. Walika wakasema Kenzo ni msanii mkubwa unafanya video ya 30,000 haiwezi make. Wewe unafaa kuset a level. So solo wakapush kabisa wakapush limits. But ilifika point I was discussing this thing with Lucas. Ogogopa. Alika akasema by the way Kenzo, this is a Kenyan problem. It's not even, it's a Kenyan problem. Una get. So for instance, tuseme nimecheki umsanii ni mdeadly anajua kuimba.
No, she's let me tell you, you guys will play her song. Bruh. I was like, get it girl.
Bad. Okay. Hiyo ni topic nyingine kwa sababu ngoma poa haimaanishi ni ngoma itawaka pale nje.
Which is very sad. This is part of my problem.
Cheki hiyo sasa si hatuwezi change. Hiyo ni vinye ni as in other states. Kuna ngoma zile ukisikia unasema hii ngoma mazai inaweza.
Should have won every Grammy.
Lakini zile ngoma zinashinda Grammy unakaa unasema okay,
how did this beat this?
I learned something na Coke Studio. There's a time hii inasema mara ya kwanza, there's a time Coke Studio contacted me. They wanted to do a mashup of the 3 Kenzos. UG, Kenya na TZ.
That would be lit.
Nevi Kenzo, Eddie Kenzo, then me.
Matata Kenzo.
Yes.
The Matata.
Sasa I was contacted by somebody called, I think Alovi.
Yes.
Akanipigia, akaniambia niaje Kenzo.
Okay, wait. Anybody who just caught that, me and Kate have, there's a personal story in regards to that, but we are never going to rediscuss that outside of certain rooms.
So binyali call, aliniambia ni hivi, ndio akanitumia mpaka technical writer kila kitu mpaka payments. Hata wewe sema do yako ni how much? Washakuwekea do yako.
Okay.
Nikakaa wakaniambia sawa, tuta contact, go through it. Kwa requirement ya kwanza kwa hiyo kitu ilikuwa ni social media. you have to have heavy presence on social media.
Of course.
So what they did, they walituma wase wao wa social media wingia kwa social media
Zeju.
Buda, mimi niko na sijui 40k followers. Eddie Kenzo kona 3M sijui. Nevi Kenzo kona sijui 1 point something M. Do you know hiyo show ilikatwa instantly.
Wow.
Ilinifungua akili. Then Andrew Binga ni msempoa, alinicall back akaniambia Kenzo, usicheke ati kama tumekutoa hii gig.
Yeah.
You need to work on a few things.
Yeah.
Hata nimekama nikasema saa zingine hata sisi wasanii we complain too much.
Okay.
But saa zingine ni poa kuuliza. So venye mimi nilikaa chini nilipiga nikamwambia Buda, shida ni gani? Kaniambia dude, work on social media.
Yeah.
Cause right now, as funny as it sounds, saizi hata ukiwa verified na kuna followers tao, wasa watakuchukulia serious kushinda msako na followers 100k.
No, but this is shout out to Elon Musk for that move. Because I was like, yeah, let's just humble everybody for a quick second, because we spent too much time doing measurements on numbers. Too much time.
Change. Okay, walamu semanga change is inevitable.
Yeah.
Una get?
Yeah.
Change ikikam, haita kwa lati imekam.
Imekam.
Utashtuka tu pa imekuchapa na lazima uconform ama utupo nje. Una get? Venye social media ilikuja, initially Lucas akatuambia kitambo tukiogopa ile time YouTube ilikuwa imeanza kukamkam.
Yeah.
Hata ukiangalia ngoma yangu, my biggest hit song, I think one of the biggest hit songs in Kenya, Mama Milka, hata ijafikisha 100k views on YouTube.
Yeah.
You get?
Yeah.
But utapata ule mtu amekama akapata hiyo ngoma, utasema hii ngoma sikali.
Sikali, no, true.
The time I have stories that saa zingine mkanga chini nasema I wish
tunakatika hiyo ngoma.
Bana, I wish
tulikuwa hata sasa hiki drop for the people who know, you know.
Nilikuwa juzi high school fulani, high schoolers hata hawajafikisha 18. Mama Milka is over 15 years old.
Yes.
So inamaanisha chances any time ilikuwa natoka, maybe hata kwa unajua muziki ni nini.
Exactly.
But imagine they're singing word for word the song.
Of course.
Okay, that is a different topic.
Music is timeless.
That is a different topic.
In my opinion. You know what I mean? Like if the record is timeless, it is what it is.
True.
I mean, the example I put earlier on. Tony Braxton's He Wasn't Man Enough. When did that song come out?
Kitambo.
By the time the African giant has woken up and be like, this is the one I want to sample. Out of all the Scissor songs, Doja Cat, blah, blah, he's like, this mama
But me have a question
in her 50s is the one I want to sample, bruh.
Me have a question. Kwa nini saizi, wasa kutaka dungo makali, they have to go back 10, 15 years to sample track, as opposed to them creating something that will be sampled 20 years from today?
It's because, back to what we literally said, there's a level of laziness in terms of putting in effort within the creative industry. Those are just the facts. Whether we like to admit it or not, those are literally the facts. Because in your mind, you're like, this formula worked then. This is a hot song. Let's just sample it. Because the effort, there's such it's such an unhealthy level of wanting to put in effort to do anything for yourself that you want other people to have done it to make your life easier. So you see, in Burner's case, he's more than happy to chomo 70%.
Imagine.
Do you know how much money that is if based on the song that last is? But you're happy to let that go because the BD to put in my guy.
And you know, sampling is so old because you can remember even for guys like Wu-Tang.
Yes.
That album was purely sampled.
Yes.
Reza worked on tracks. He used to go and buy those LPs and listen to the songs, then tweak the beat.
And then
you guys will get on it.
Yeah.
So sampling has always been as old as everything else.
As everything else, yeah.
The story, Juicy.
Yeah.
The story of Michael Jackson. There's this song Michael Jackson sampled from Manu Dibango. It's called
yes.
Makosa, there's that place where Michael Jackson sings there. Mama say, Mama
say, yeah, and then
that was Manu Dibango's whatever.
Yes.
So, now, after the sampling happened, Manu Dibango sued Michael Jackson.
Yes.
And they had to settle it for Kongea, whatever, and it was settled. Payments were made. Later on, Rihanna shows up.
And does it.
Please don't stop the music. And then who's the first creator? Michael Jackson.
Yes.
So Michael Jackson gets a clearance. Once the song is released, Manu Dibango sues again.
And he's like, no, you can't sample my song. Yes. Yes.
So as the same thing I'm telling you is that old music was timeless. And also sampling has been very old. It's been in the industry for a very long time.
Yeah.
Just follow the process, and you won't have all this
Facts.
issue.
Facts.
Like
Even like
now,
right now,
Ed
I
Sheeran is
stuff.
being taken to court by
Yes.
Marvin Gaye's family. Marvin Gaye died kitambo.
Yeah.
The family, because now the copyrights are being administered by the estate
By the estate of Marvin Gaye,
Taking
yeah.
to court
But
just
you see,
because
it's in the
of
way you're
lyrics.
saying, just ask for permission,
Yeah.
because the same thing Don Jazzy did for this Stability song, Ya Ira, with the sample of Awilo. So what they then did is they told Awilo, even outside of just us doing the sampling, we want you to like redo a bit of the verse so that you're still part of the song. So you see, you're the Heshma. But what then threw me off guard
It's called
completely.
paying homage.
No, but you know what threw me completely off guard is that when the song first came out, I remember, if you go and see the first comments, there's all these comments of, who is this guy? Who is this guy? And I was like, imagine,
You
by
guys
the
did
way,
wrong
the
with the
disrespect is
disrespect.
top tier. I'm like, how do you not know who Awilo Longomba is and you are a consumer of African music? How? Like, I was like, you're sick. You know what I mean? I was like, you people are sick.
Buddha Gen Z, my friend. Kitu moja about Gen Z.
Not the Gen
Personally,
Z.
no. Let me tell you one thing.
Oh my days.
Mcheki Gen Z. Kuna kitu umesema hiyo disrespect.
Yeah, the
Kuna-
disrespect is top
Kuna
tier.
msee atajijudge. Unatokea Nzo, una msanii mkubwa. Umepata likes ngapi? So 3. Yeye amepata like. Sana yeye kwa akili yake,
Yeah.
as in he's much more
Hamfiki.
influential
Yes,
than
yes, yes,
than
yes,
you
yes,
are.
yes.
But anyway, that besides the point.
Yeah.
Bottom line. Kila msee anafaa kufanya kazi yake.
Yeah.
Like kama ni DJ, research, don't just enda copy paste playlist ya msee,
Yeah.
then ukamu fanya mambo yako.
Yeah.
No, work.
Me, I'm telling you,
Fanya
the people,
kazi.
they play top
Mm.
Billboard 100
Mm.
and then top 100 Africa.
But it's a good look in
That's
that.
it.
Angalia, but
Like, that's it every week.
alafu saa zingine me was taught to look at the cup not always half empty, but saa zingine
Yeah.
half full.
Yeah.
Saa zingine unafaa kuangalia, it's a good thing that itafanya msanii ajaribu kuwa card ngoma yake iko kwa hiyo top.
Kwa hiyo top.
Una-
Yeah, yeah.
una get?
True,
But the pros and the cons ni gani zina favor msanii?
Yeah.
Una get point yangu? So at the end of the day, as much as msanii anapiga job yake, kwa sababu saizi, believe me, kama una mita kutoa single hivi, if you want kila kitu top tier, lazima uko na mita.
Yeah, easily.
Like lazima uko na
Bare
mita.
minimum.
Lazima
Bare
uko na
minimum.
mita kwa
Yeah.
sababu ukienda kufanya ngoma na pengine producer X atakwambia maybe 50, 30 depending on vile
Yeah,
charge.
yeah.
Then ukae chini upige hesabu ya video, uende kwa Enos, acheki na wewe, anakurushia cheka hapo hivyo unanimita. Na nakwambia kama uwezi ni sawa, mimi niko sawa.
sawa.
Hata Jacqueline atuambia experience yake vile imekuwa.
Because she's just done the video as well, which it's so beautiful. Okay.
Okay, it's more of a visualizer. It's more of a visualizer.
Umepitia ile kitu.
Pesa lazima utoboke.
Yeah.
Lazima tufanye kazi because like nikiangalia sijui niseme hapo.
But let me but when you were putting out the song and you're starting the work to do it, you obviously knew that this is what you wanna do.
Yeah,
This is how you want the visuals to look.
Yeah,
This is these the things you wanted. So it wasn't like it was a surprise.
Yeah. Ni venye tu when it came. Sasa sikuwa najua kama ningetoa pesa mingi hivyo.
Okay.
I didn't
Oh,
expect that. Nilikuwa cause like most of, like kama the dressing and everything I did
Yeah.
for myself.
Yeah.
So now after sasa editing sasa ndio ilikuwa we.
Or the videographer was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
who did you use for the visualizer?
He's called Ellen.
Okay.
But yeah, he's really good.
Okay.
Hata ndo alifanyanga a video for Ben Soul.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're just saying, so you're saying yours the issue was post edit.
Yeah.
Your-
And the whole
your-
process, the production of the song,
Yeah.
like literally kila kitu tu inataka do. Ukiangalia
At the end of the day, mida
unatumiwa two invoices back to back. Your WhatsApp was full of invoices.
mimi ndaga chini tu nikuambie for free. Unachiki, again I'll go back to Gen Z. I'm sorry to use that example.
You know, she's technically Gen Z.
Okay, I'm not judging
So
though.
kindly please.
So but I'm not judging. Najaribu kusema hivi, you see, it's a good thing that una experience hiyo. Utaheshimu ule msanii kwa hapo juu. Cause una incur the cost na saa zingine hiyo cost haikubringi ROI, return on investment. Una get? Inabaki unashindwa, okay, shida ni gani? My guess ni saa zingine wasanii they invest in the wrong places. Like uko na ngoma cheki, uko na ngoma poa. Saizi tunajua social media ndio kila kitu.
Yeah.
Unafaa kuinvest kwa social media yako, kusukuma muziki yako na kila kitu.
Like in terms of
Promo na kila kitu.
But Baba, let's be honest though. The bad side of that is what we're seeing Marvin Records is doing. Because Marvin Records, the music that's coming out is horrible.
True.
Mastering is terrible, like it's horrible music, but it's so much in your face that you're finding yourself, and it's all the DJs on the plate. Because a song like Uyo, what's this guy's name? Kiss Daddy Libuga. What is that nonsense? Although sincerely speaking,
Check point yangu
but it's because it's been, the song is horrible. So sometimes I'm like, maybe even for us who are within that music space, I would never be caught dead. I've never even, I think I only know just the fact that it's called Buga, and this was because of the wahalas he had in Tanzania.
Yes.
When that's when it came to light.
But point yangu,
but I'm just
Sarah.
like this, that one, and what's this other one? Sugar Kid. Bruh, I'm sitting and I'm like, what are we listening to? Like, what is this?
Sandra. Bottom line.
I'm like, please don't overinvest in the marketing if the song is terrible.
Skiza, bottom line, you got to listen to that song.
Unfortunately.
But angalia bottom line.
But me listening to it doesn't mean I've bought it.
Haina shida.
Okay.
Haina shida.
Does not mean I'm streaming it.
Angalia, for him, it worked because he's marketed it. Sawa. Good or bad. Una get?
No, but let's stop putting out bad content.
No. I'm saying, check it. Point yangu
let's
ni.
stop putting out bad
Sandra,
content, whether
Sandra,
you got the budget
Sandra,
or not.
Point yangu ni. Wacha nikupatie example. I'm sorry to use this example, but mtanielewa tu, si ndio?
Yeah.
Saizi dem unajua ni a loose lady. Si ndio? Yeye atajua kuimpress maboys hata kama ni mluza, hata kama kona morals mbaya kila kitu. At the end of the day maybe atakama atapata mse boys. Ule dem akona morals atakuwa anajikipa, ajionyeshi sana nini na vitu kama hizo, but utapata amefika over 40s na bado anamsay I'm waiting for the right person. Oh, sijui una get. But at the end of the day new dem huyu mlose. Ule na morals alijimarket. Sawa kivyake. Kivyake, good or bad.
No, sawa.
Check point yangu ni get the point. Mimi siongea juu ya morals ama nini. Naongea juu ya marketing.
I get
you. Angalia at the end of the day kama ngome imekuwa mixed vizuri kile nini vibaya, let me tell you, to the common guy ule msanesikia do you know these guys don't even care about mixing and mastering. It's only us guys. Yes, it's only wale who are ready, unajua. And that's why nakwambia wase wafanyi kazi za. Sasa kama hiyo ngoma iko mixed and mastered vibaya ili go through radio cause imemwagiwa do. Who's to blame? We can't blame the artist.
Of course not. I'm not saying I'm blaming the artist. I'm just saying perhaps. See, for example, prime example, if you look at Sauti Sol, the marketing budget is obviously top tier, but the music is top tier. You understand? So we've got to hold some brands accountable for the nonsense they're putting out there. We have to.
Yeah, and that is why I said sometimes wasanii want to invest in the wrong places. Maybe unajua.
But it's not wasanii. For me, that's what I'm saying. We've got to hold accountable the necessary persons. For example, with Marvin Records, I'm not going to sit and say, listen, can we don't listen that song in it. Unachoma. But the person that want to hold accountable ingekuwa hiyo record label yao. To be like, sawa, mkona hizo do, well done. You guys can push whatever it is you're pushing. However, can you please, in the helping of this industry, put out content that makes sense, that is of level.
Sawa.
There's a good example you mentioned of Sauti Sol.
Yeah.
The best thing is Sauti Sol is that we've seen the journey.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
100%. And it's been beautiful to watch.
Wanaingia gym, wananywa vipara.
Ukiangalia video zao za fao, zenye zilikuwa zina make rounds.
Quality ilikuwa top.
Quality bado ilikuwa.
It was still top 100%.
Now, angalia,
guys, you know, the best thing with the industry is this. You will put in work, people will get to know you.
Yes.
Whenever you don't even release your best work, it will still go.
It will still go.
So they still market itself.
Yeah.
The brand.
Yeah.
Affiliation to the brand.
Brand is epic.
Very important.
But what I'm getting from Kenzo is very also important.
Of course it is.
You should not just release music and go home and sit
and chill.
For things.
Yeah.
You have to push your own music.
Yeah.
You have to do media tours. You have to, get influencers, get people to do challenges for that song to be popular. Maybe
100%.
most of the songs before I even went on YouTube.
TikTok,
We'll put a TikTok.
I don't think TikTok. I'm not even on TikTok.
Thank God.
Other platforms where people share it, you see them kwa stories out.
Kwa stories out and like,
in a song gani everyone.
Yeah.
That is where you go. That is now marketing. That's why I'm telling you, with that kind of marketing, the music is trash. But it has been circulated heavily. You have been paid to dance, do whatever. That now you have to accept that this is the music. For example, me, when this music that came through when we were having lockdown, what was it called? Kina Wamlamdes and the rest.
Right.
To me, it took me time to
but
warm up to
alternate
it.
sound fixed that problem.
But when alternate sound
Thank you
fixed
very
the
much. You're
problem,
welcome. You're welcome.
now that became the thing. It's so sad that they're now not doing.
No, it's coming out. We're releasing the next one.
Not alternate. I'm saying that
Oh.
like the guys for Gengetone now.
Lakini si watu waliingia ile zone.
Walikam wakashikanisha, angalia.
Walikam na nini?
That kind of music is also good. It gave a Kenyan sound.
Yes.
And it actually put us on the map.
Yes.
People like alternate pick such songs to put on there, whatever.
Yeah.
We warmed up to that kind of music and we loved it, and now we're doing with it. So it's all about marketing, and there's no bad publicity.
Yes, exactly.
Of course.
So point yangu ni,
Scares me a little bit, but right.
Point yangu ni, so my point, what I was trying to say is this.
But the Queen, don't take that advice seriously. Don't run with that. Because it always backfires for female artists.
True.
That always backfires for female artists.
Mazemi always pity female artists.
Actually, speaking of, let me ask you something, Jacqueline. Sky News, Goja, Sky News came out and said that this year, that 70% of female artists will not get shows or headlining shows because the market, 70% of female artists will not get shows or be booked, especially the big festivals, like to be headlining artists in terms of like, your Coachella's, Glastonbury Festival, blah, blah. You're not going to get headlining shows because the brands and those corporates don't believe in female artists. Literally, Sky News did a whole report about it and everything. And so, for example, with this year, all the big festivals that happen in the UK, so Glastonbury, what's the one? Tomorrowland, the one where they go and camp for the 3 days is what?
That one for Portugal. So what?
No, not Afro Nation. No, not Afro Nation. This other one in the UK where they're literally like camping for like 3 days in Matope during the rainy season. You know what I'm talking about? They've got 3 major ones and it's usually like 30K, 50K attendees and stuff. Like it's the big major ones. Like it's the one where most of the videos of Ed Sheeran performing and you can't even see the end of the crowd. You understand? And they literally said they're not booking any female as a headlining act this year at all because they were like, we just don't believe in the female artists. And you see, that thing really blew my mind because already first, the first image on that article was Taylor Swift. So I'm like, if Taylor Swift cannot be booked to perform in the UK, I was like, sasa sisi wengine Team Africa. I was like, when are we going to get to the place? Because I was like, that means, for example, it means Angelique Kidjo, it means Tiwa, it means what's her name? From SA. Oh Lord, Kamumfela. You know what I mean? It means all these people who in our minds are these, Aya Nakamura, like these monumental female powerhouses. But literally, our whole first world is telling you, it's not happening. If it's not happening for our artists, it's definitely not happening for yours. That's really, really scary to imagine. Because apparently female brands don't push sales in the same way a male artist would. Right? Even do you understand? So they said like if they put a poster with your face on it, they're gonna make like less, or they're gonna not even make to 50% sales of their target. But if they put a male artist, it's like 100% sales and everything.
That's
and
a whole different discussion though, but
no. So why I'm asking is because you see, for her to want to be female artist, and then you're not doing the conventional Kenyan music for quote unquote. You know what I mean? Because in my opinion, I feel like you're doing R&B, which is why I was like, yes, because that's my shit, Woo. So because of that, you're getting into a genre first of all that's already non-African. And we've seen historically African artists who try to do R&B. It's been wahalas. You know what I mean? Because even with Nigerian artists who try to do R&B, I don't know how to say this name, the Gyakie. That her, do you know what I mean? She's this epic, but she's just not getting to where she needs to get because she's doing R&B. Technically, Simi as well, same problem. Until when she's doing collabos with her husband, then it's like, yeah, we like Simi. But when she's doing her own stuff, everyone's like, yeah, no, we're not vibing with this, none of that. You understand? So for you to even select to be doing R&B, look at Karun here in the 254. Karun's music is life-changing.
Karun anafanya neo soul.
Anafanya R&B.
Neo soul.
Well, me, I think it's R&B, Baba.
No, it's neo soul.
The Kucho. So, if you can see, like, and you, I'm sure you listen to Karun's music, Zinia Manasseh, top tier content. You understand? And now, in my opinion, also Jacqueline is in the mix. Top tier content, but if already that genre is unconventionally African. Then it's unconventionally Kenyan, because unless you're doing these Brooklyn boys, they become the you know.
But I can say the music industry in Kenya has really changed.
Right?
Considering we sell out tickets, what VIPs are boys to men. Like,
okay, listen, first of all,
Oh,
first of all, I'm so excited.
these are events. I posted that thing. People were doing memes about this thing. Nikaeka mtu anasema you guys are saying bei unga imepanda na mmeshanunua tickets zote za boys.
It's the boys to men, yeah.
And I posted that, someone in Germany akaniambia you guys are paying 30,000 Kenya shillings for those two cars. We are paying to do £5 a month.
Yeah.
For those shows.
Yeah.
But it shows that we are in changing times. Kenyans are really willing to pay for quality content, even if it's.
But you don't think it's because of the target audience? Yes. Yes.
Guys like in their 40s, 50s. These are guys who are.
Okay, first of all, no. Listen, I just love boys to men. Thank you very much.
50?
Nyanyako ndo 50 bloody chokesha wewe. But no, but you see, it's because in general, I'm really about the R&B. Like in general, that's just my MO.
But years back, we wouldn't have paid that much for that kind of music. Because maybe whenever I pay for a ticket, I know I'll have to dance. But now for boys to men, you have to go and cry.
Listen, we're going to go and sing, cry, get emotional, text your ex, all that weird stuff.
Taken a paradigm shift. Now we appreciate music for what it is, not about just that.
Yes.
So speaking of, now with your new song, okay, we're gonna listen to it. I'm gonna send it to you guys also to be about this vibe. Thought process behind it, because sister girl, ulikuwa na my feelings.
I know. Ilikuwa deep.
Ulikuwa deep. I was like, okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Who broke your heart?
Oh my god.
You're too young to be going through character development, ma'am.
Really, but
surely.
It's constant. Lazima. Like,
At it's constant.
yeah.
That's very sad to hear.
I know.
That's a very sad thing to make.
Ilifanya nitoke out of my comfort zone.
Okay. You pulled an
I'm
Adele.
so glad.
She pulled an
I
Adele.
know.
We all know Adele's fame literally came because of like severe heartbreak, right?
Like, I feel like it's not only me. Like many other people are going through shit.
Yeah.
So I felt like as much as I'm putting it out here, like many other people will relate to that.
Okay.
Yeah. So siku mind atilia. Oh, unajua sasa like the kind of music I'm doing, watu wataanza kuona like I'm, mushi. Yeah. It's not a. I don't know.
But even in that regard, so with the song, is it specifically to someone?
Not really.
Okay.
But there's a part of me.
Listen, I just had to play it in case he's listening.
Now,
so you didn't get to me.
let me tell you one. Okay, sorry, I didn't quite
God,
get your
that was
name.
funny.
Jacqueline. Let me tell you one thing about the beauty of being an artist. Wasi watakupenda ukiwa vulnerable. Na ukiweza kuexpress, even if it's a personal story, haimaanishi wasi watakuchukulia vingine. Believe you me, guys will relate even with you more if it's a personal story. Because umewapatia part of your story, a part of your life. Get? That's a problem again we're facing with songwriters wa siku hizi. I'm sorry to say.
Why?
You see, House of the Soul wana vitu zingine wataziweka kwa album, ukisikia utasikia like 2 or 3 songs zile utaweza tu kutel. Hapa Biena kwa Nandago. Na ukiongea naye in real life atakwambia enyewe hivi ndio ina happen. Get? So sometimes usiogope kujiachilia. Vinye una express, imagine watu wangapi wana undergo the same thing you're undergoing. Na ni wangapi?
Oh, that's why you did it. Like many.
Tuko
wengi.
It's part of my story, but also like I have friends like who are going through the same thing.
Yeah.
So it's like apana. But for me it hit me really bad.
Okay.
Like I'm so done.
Okay, so you
moyo kupiga damu peke
use your heart for the purpose it was created for. Okay, it is to pump blood. All this other stuff.
You're an emotional being, but now
I am an emotional being, that's true. But I'm not going to invest my emotions on anyone outside of my child. Do you understand?
That's
just how I am. I'm just wired that way. Like my like because she literally
kwanza unaongea hivyo, and women are emotional beings, but that's another whole topic tukaingilie.
Not on this side.
Tukaingilie si hapa. That uko, but point yangu ni don't be afraid to be vulnerable. When you feel that moment that umepata vibe flani, that something you're undergoing as a musician, now uko in a better place could put like ushe put into words na unza kaipatia melody na music, usikaogope. Na ukiulizwa usikaogope kusema it's my story, usiogope. Believe you me, most of the songs that zime stand
in this world,
zime stand the time,
ni
hizo ngoma zangu zote, Mama Milka, Zamzam na nini, believe you me, they were real life stories. Personal
Speaking
stories.
of, so Ken's also has a new song out. Okay, so let me tell you guys the story first. So you know Waire?
Yeah.
So Waire features on your new song called Jaber.
Yeah.
And when I was, I think I was 15. So I never got to listen to Kenyan music when growing up because, you know, we lived in the coast and my mom was like, so if it's not Backstreet Boys and Britney Spears, nah, because she thought everything was just gangster.
Cool
and,
kid.
you know, people are trying to kill you and I don't know what. So we moved to Nairobi and, you know, it's when I started listening to Kenyan music. Because me, I was like, who even knew that we can sing in Kiswahili? Like, I was like, this is awesome. So Kenyan Boy, Kenyan Girl came out. And I was like, this is the most lit thing. You know, because obviously it's that age where you're just starting, you know, to like boys and blah, 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 and all that weird stuff. And then the album came out. And I can't sing to save my life. But, you know the song Jew? Jew.
I know it. Come on, you should open the dance floor.
They have. So that comes out. And then now Kenyan Boy, Kenyan Girl and everything else. So you guys, let me tell you, you remember Olibia Westlands where guys used to party a lot? So umehepa school after Friday, you lied you're going for a sleepover.
Kumbe ilikuwa nyinyi.
To go and check the cool kids from South Sea's finest crew nini. So me nimeingia your shop, I think we're buying, I don't know, gum or something weird. Where walks into the building. My guy, let me tell you, it was shut down for Sunday, you know, like actual shutdown. I physically, like, nikajificha nyuma one of the things, I think the side even of bread. So my best friend, he's looking at me and she's like, what's happening? So listen. Because they all knew, like it was a problem. Like and I feel like that love has not changed. So the minute I saw Jaber, and then I heard, and then Waire's verse came in, literally, it was like a first back to being like 14, 15, and I was like, oh my god! And it's so inappropriate because I'm like, I know his wife. We've been doing all this stuff all these years, and I always tell him, this is the weirdest, like, celebrity crush I've ever had because it's not gone. And like any minute I hear him talking or hear a song where he's on, it takes me back literally to that exact moment of me freaking out, wanting to pass out, just wanting to die because I'm like, I've not even combed my hair nicely, as though I was going to get to them. You know what I mean? Like, it's the most bizarre. I can never understand it. It's the strangest thing. So the minute I saw Jaber and then I saw featuring Waire, I was like, sasa Kenzo skia, me hautanipatia stress. So literally, even if you see purposely when I've been posting it, I've actively not posted Waire's parts because I'm like, then I'm just going to get inappropriate and awkward about this. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, let me just fast forward to your party, Jaber, or your verse because I'm like, I'm not playing this game with nobody again. You know.
And the best part is the album is out.
Yes.
Album Little Love Life Stories. So it's my first ever album.
No, but is it actually your love life stories?
Yes.
All right.
Like it's 10 songs. Iko na parts mbili.
Okay.
But the first 5 songs, okay, not the first 5 songs, but 5 songs about my personal love life.
Okay.
Then the other 5 songs ni mimi kupenda maisha, loving life.
Okay.
Yes.
Got you. So, okay. It's a two-sided one, so you can pick which side.
But most of the songs ziko inclined kabisa towards my personal love life.
All right.
As much as nimejaribu kuzipatia club feel na zingine, but kuna zingine tu nimeimba na guitar na sax.
On it
only.
And I remember telling you, I think a couple of years ago, I was like, I really wanted Kenzo to break down, you know, because conventionally with, especially because you started with the Gopa, we get the music and the music overpowers the vocals.
True.
Historically, that's just how we've always been, you know, because sisi ni watu wa kudance mbaya. So tunataka kusikia beat before anything else, you understand? And so I kept telling you, I was like, I want a broken down Kenzo. I just want to hear Kenzo because you can really sing, but you kept hiding. For me, in my opinion, in the music, you understand, and we couldn't hear. So I was like, I want a broken down version. So I was so glad. I was like, hey, it has taken 2 years because men don't listen. So I'm like, thank God, we have finally arrived at the promised land.
Now, one thing, you know, guys never realized about Kenzo, the moment nilitoka Ogopa, I had something called fear of the unknown.
Of course.
Yeah, so nilikuanga na ile kitu, mazee nimezoa this top tier record label, good quality, nilikuwa nimezoa kugaidiwa pia kuandika muziki nini, fanya hivi. So it took me actually 4 years after leaving Ogopa to release my first song. So nilikuwa tu I have a manager anaitwa Lily. I think I think you know Lily, Big Ted's small sister. Lily alikachini akaniambia, I want you to do something for the next 4 or 5 years. twanga mziki lakini usikasukume. Eka tu kwa YouTube.
Ile tu for yourself,
then no, not for myself.
Yeah.
Niweze kupata what guys expect ama want from
what
me
want from
as
you,
an individual.
Yeah.
That's the time nilifanya hizi mangoma hii reggae prayer.
Yeah.
Nilifanya ngoma inaitwa Tikitaka.
Yeah.
Nilifanya ile ngoma yangu ya mother, again pia ilikuwa na reggae. Nikafanya mangoma kadhaa kuchanganya.
Yeah.
From one thing I learned, if kama uko sha create fan base yako, hii inamaanisha walikupenda na Mama Milka na Zamzam.
Yes.
So just find ways of trying to, kwa sababu walipenda hiyo style.
Yeah.
But times imechange.
Of course.
Just look for ways za kufanya muziki yako sound modern na ukiendanga.
Yeah.
But kuna kitu nilikamkurealize juzi.
What?
Kwa mziki hakunanga old school na new school. Old school ni whatever yako. Cause wewe ukisikia ngoma ile uko unapenda ya Boys to Men. Hautafeel ni ngoma ya kitambo.
Of course not.
You will be in that state like feel when ngoma ilikuwa.
Yeah.
So that feeling is constant.
Yeah.
And once you're able to capture the emotion ya hiyo crowd yako. So me, the mistake I did, niliwacha crowd yangu.
Ukajaribu kutap into a new crowd.
So I left my crowd.
Yeah.
Nikaanza kwa sababu because I had this idea kwa mind yangu, mazee style ya kitambo.
Yeah.
Forgetting that your voice can never change.
True.
Haiwezi badilika.
Yeah.
Una get voice yako ni voice yako.
Yeah.
Songwriting skills zako ni songwriting skills zako.
Yeah.
The best you can do ni maybe get msako kuandikia ngoma. Na sometimes ukiandikia ngoma, mimi personally, okay, ndio nimeandikia ngoma kadhaa.
Yeah.
Kwanza kwa Jaber, Makadem played a part in songwriting.
Okay.
But in it was like once people connect with you as an individual.
That's
and
it.
Me, I was lucky enough my first song Mama Milka wali connect nayo.
Yeah.
Alafu Zamzam waka connect nao.
Yeah.
Jiachilie nikajiuliza, why am I trying kuvenge, as in, ni kama samaki samaki inataka kuja kuishi kwa land. Ngunicheki ama nikujaribu convince monkey asali nitamu kushinda mandizi. So in point ni nikujaribu kutoka kwa element yangu ninge kwa element ya msee. Siwezi piga wasee kwa element yao.
True.
I can only fight in my element.
True.
So nili decide, let me take it to mimi kivyangu.
As you know it, yeah.
And believe you me, there's a song in the album that has actually surprised me. Hiyo ngoma inaitwa mdogo.
Okay, surprised you why?
Yani guys, unjua there's a time I blasted the album on my WhatsApp. I have over 6,000 contacts.
Jesus is God. Okay.
70% of your contact
walikuwa wamesema hii mdogo ndo hiyo.
Mpaka I was like, I called Lucas akaniambia, I told you you're just scared of singing. Kenzo imba what you used to tell me.
Yes.
Kenzo just
you
sing.
Need to sing
imba
you can sing.
Unajua at the end of the day kazi ya msanii ni nini?
Sini kuimba.
Kama in songwriter, kuimba, songwriting na perfect in your skills.
Jacqueline style.
Una get just being better yourself.
Yeah.
Hizo zingine kama una doya kuhaya lawyer, befriend. Me nisha befriend msaza kanifanyia.
On that note, in fact, with the Jacqueline, you better take Kati's number so that the day someone sends you a contract and you're like, I'm not understanding. You're like, my guy, listen, let me just forward you something real quick. Help me with this situation. And I always say, well, like, if you're not asking for the help, okay, you're not going to get it.
Yes.
And you're going to get yourself into some holes that will never make sense to you. And especially now, because you, first of all, you're like prime target. Because you can sing, you're songwriting, and you're hot, so you're marketable. I'm just keeping it like it's the industry. You understand? Okay, and so the likelihood of people stressing you is high. Ati?
By hot unamaanisha ni mrembo.
Ni mrembo. Una get?
So she's na Kiswahili natoka vipoa kusema hot ni kama
so you see your level of like marketability is like top tier. You understand? So the number of people who are, especially now, I mean, see even the content you're putting out, even the visualizer, what it looks like. And I'm going to send you guys a link to have a look at it. What it visually looks like is just, it's not your conventional Kenyan female singer video. You know, where it's usually they're walking in some garden and they're sad about some guy. But you know what I'm trying to say. Because that's literally what you see all the time. So because you're doing something very different, I feel like stay the course, ma. Stay the course. Don't be these guys who are going to put out something epic like this and then go missing for another 6 months and then just... Do you feel me? So you've got to be consistent with it, number one. And you are so ridiculously talented that I don't even think that's a question. The question now is just to put in the work, in my opinion, because the talent is there. So it's literally just to put in the work. So like, as you've said, you've got your artistic development team all put together. So I hope everybody's on the same page. The mwenye yuko on the same page, mchuje tu sahi. Because it's only gonna get worse later. Just get rid of them like as soon as possible.
Alafu just to add on that, pole kucut short. So unajua mpenda kuongea hizi stories za upcoming sana. Na saa zingine ni poa kuambia both sides. Usiangalie tu talent iko kila kitu iko, si ndio? But pia mwambie hizi zingine. So mimi nakwambia hivi, it's not easy.
Of course it's not. She knows that already.
And I'm
we're
not
just paying the invoices. She knew.
I'm not saying this. I'm not saying this to discourage you.
Yeah.
Unaget? Cause me have seen wasi wamespend. Kuna best yangu mdemu kama tu wewe alichukua loan. Absa alichukua 2.5M.
Wow.
Akasema I want to put this into music.
Yeah.
I believe in myself.
Yeah.
Mimi nikamuuliza, okay, do you see actually yourself hii mziki yako ikirudisha hido hata kama sio sahi with time? Akaniambia Kenzo, ngoma yangu kwanza nini? Nikamwambia sasa mimi siwezi kuwa part of that kwa sababu sitaki kuwapacha mtali kula hii pesa.
Yeah.
Sitaki kula haramu.
Yeah.
In short.
Yeah.
Nikamwambia huo dem aligo bankrupt, madaka alimchuja akamrudisha Ocha.
Woi.
Unaget? Point yangu ni saa zingine that's when najaribu kuambia at the end of the day it all matters what you want, not what your team wants for you.
Yeah.
Wewe unafaa kuambia kile wewe unataka.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Unaget? Because first you have to identify where you want to be musically. Ukisha identify, look for the right people around you.
Yeah.
Na usikatafuta watu wanakumba ngoma yako ni poa. Hapana.
Yes men, don't
work with yes men watakuangusha. Afadhali upate ule msee ule unamchukianga kila saa kinjia, this guy ameingia. Afadhali kuona huyo msee, jua msee atakujenga.
Yeah.
Ule msee anakuambia hii ngoma yako ni mbaya. Kwani umeachwa? Ama kwani ni hivi? Ama kwani ni hivi? Huo msee atakujenga kushinda ule msee anakuambia huo msee tu maybe utaparuma mara mingi kwa nyuma yako azile umeenda kwa club anataka free drinks ako place nini free, unaget? But kuna ule msee hayuko hakuangi na wewe, but akisikia ngoma anakuambia panarudi studio hata kama usha invest.
My goodness, the struggle is real. So we're going to get into the music now after this. Kenzo's new single Jaber and Jaqueen's new first single of her upcoming EP, because now she's already working on the next project. Katia, thank you so much. Now, Pumpkin, me, Katia, what I need you to do is literally to just have a day every week that you just give free advice to artists on your Instagram or on your Twitter, kindly, because I feel like, and I'm more than happy to like do also in the advertising so people know. Fridays, X to X time, if you get online and have a chat with this guy, if you're an artist, ask all the questions, because also, especially for me, with some of the artists who reach out to me, they're not from here. And so I keep telling them, you see, the laws are a bit different in each country when it comes to intellectual property and all that kind of stuff. So kindly, please, because I don't know anybody else who would execute and do the job and be as honest as you would be. Because still kuna wale IP lawyers when wanafanyanga pata to artists. You understand what I'm trying to say? And say, I'm working on it, I'm going to court, but they need this amount of money, and we know it's a lie. You get what I mean? And then deliver or nothing. Correct. Even you know them.
I won't go into.
We are not mentioning no names, of course.
But wako wengi hao.
Wako wengi.
But I hear you.
Yeah.
We've been trying to do some things. We've been doing some sessions. We've been doing also podcasts and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I'm always accessible to artists. The ones I represent know they can reach me whenever time.
The ones you represent. Me, I'm saying for the ones
also for the ones that I don't, they can always reach out to me.
Okay.
Me, for anyone who wants to go legal with their craft, I'm always for it.
Right.
Because not going legal is only setting yourself up
for massive failure.
Cost you more than what you're trying to save. Not paying
100%.
So I'm easy with that, and I always support the industry. I've sat here. Kenzo is my good friend for very many years.
Yeah.
And for me to sit down here and listen to him admit that sometimes he did things not the right way, and he's willing to do them the right way, and learning even after all these years in the craft, is showing also Jaqueen an example that you will still not get it right here from now, but consistency is what pays.
Is what pays.
So for me, I'm for it. I want us to have an industry that works, industry that is structured, industry that pays. And that is why I'm trying now to push artists so that they can be able to chase for what is theirs.
Okay.
Thank you very much for hosting.
Then now that you've said that, I'm going to put together the platform and literally harass you. Whether it's okay, I'm not going to say every week because I know half the time you're in court fighting, I don't know, whatever battles. So,
but when you need me, I'll always.
No, but that's what I'm saying. So like, I'll put together like something, maybe like even if it's just a once a month something,
that's okay.
Because I feel like, and you see, unfortunately for me, my responses with a lot of these things is, my guy, Google. Like, if you just go on
yes.
Google,
A
I'm not
touch,
understanding why you're trying to ask me the questions. I'm not the artist. I have no business. I don't sing, nothing.
Lakini msi-Google sana pia, because sometimes you can Google
No, at least get the
regulations on
first
the
house.
ground.
No, but
Tofauti.
Baba,
Eh,
get
uko na
at least
homa
the
kidogo uka Google uko una die.
I'm dying.
Now, people with such conditions died very bad death. It's leprosy. Nah, it's try to think.
Oh my God, you're so silly.
Kidogo at least have an idea. But get a
Like, get
professional
the
who's
basic
in touch
knowledge.
with the ground.
Get the basic knowledge. You understand what I'm trying to say? So that you're not coming off from a place of literally the unknown. Because that coming from a place of unknown for me is, I just find it, I think it's dumb. Like, I think it's just a little bit dumb. I'm like, how are you this clueless? And this is the career you want to pursue. Like, it doesn't make sense to me, you know? So thank you so much, Jacqueline, for pulling up. Me, I'm waiting for your first show. And I'm pushing this agenda because, as Kati rightly said, the transition of music right now in the 254 is very different, and what our requirements are. Because right now, you know, Kenya is the event hub for Africa right now. Artists, and I know this for a fact, because if artists have not booked a show in Kenya in the year, and these are like all of your big guys, if they've not booked a show, and it's because of conversations we've been having, they literally feel like our Jafika. They've not made it. So that says a lot to me. And now also because of the standards we've set in terms of live performances. I mean, Butchers performed at Blankets and Wine with a band. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So the standards are definitely changing, because by the time an artist of trap music is putting together performance with the band and doing rehearsals, it says a lot in terms of what even us guys, as people who are willing to pay for tickets, want. Which means even for event organizers, they're making those requirements, which is a total win for me, because that story of giving a DJ a flash disc, I was like, can we seriously move on from this madness?
What's your story live performance? I was contacted by wase fulani wakataka live performance juu niko na album, nikawambia you have to give me space for performance for at least a month na vitu kama hizo, na hizo ni on your course kwa sababu mimi sina band
for the rehearsal.
Do you know how much they are offering? Do fulani wakiniambia hii inafaa cover costs zako zote mpaka band. I was like, we jipangeni. So for event organizers, saa zingine if you want quality, invest in it, get.
No, that's fine. But you see, if I tell you, for example, because I do events as well, so you see, like now with the alternate coming down, I'm gonna put together a whole show. Fine, alternate will perform with all the artists. That's okay. But now the problem is half the time these artists will come and tell you something crazy like, no, I need this specific keys guy. I need this. You see, so
but unacheki, angalia, respect the kwa sababu
I get it, but in the likelihood that doesn't happen, do what Akina Sauti Sol are doing. Have your own band that's always ready. Then you just tell me the cost implications. That's it.
But you see, this is the difference. Sauti Sol ni brand kivyao, walijibrand na live band. True? True. Ngoja sikiza point yangu.
No, they're the ones used to play the music.
Ndio nasema yes, that's them, get ile band yao. For me ndio nimetoka kwa band. Wacha nijiongelele. I'm not comparing. Ngoja sikia. Sikia.
So all you have to just say, listen, my band costs X amount.
Wewe jaluo ukusechi bwana. Sikiza. No, listen, point ni yes, I do play my guitar kwa nyumba. Yes, I do play my keyboard na drum set kwa nyumba.
No, as in you've got a band that you always rehearse with. I've seen on your posts.
Listen, it's gravity unafaa kulipwa.
Of course.
Yes, sasa event organizer kuja kwangu ananiambia anataka show ati ukam na hiyo band na nataka kushughulikia band, unafaa kurealize the band ni kivyao.
Call out people, Baba.
I've been trying to do that for the longest time.
Just go online and say, hi, this event, this, I didn't do this, you guys, because they refused to pay for the band.
I told them that wanasema Kenzo na ringa. I told them, sikiza, ido mnanipatia, na mimi niko na band, hiyo ndio band peke yake.
Yeah.
Ido mnanipatia ni band solo plus rehearsals, get. Sasa mimi mtaka nifanye kazi ya kanisa. Ati sometimes unaifanyanga hivi. Then later on unapata wameita msanii kutoka majua amempatia zote. It doesn't make sense.
Just call people out.
No, calling out, buda utaluza lot.
Tell me who it is and tell me to call them out. Because me, I have zero breaks. I need Sumbuangi. I literally, how many, even these conversations of Nairobi hosts, I've told them if there's a club that's not paid you and it's giving you a hard time, tell me, let me tag them on my page. Me, it doesn't pay me. Anyway. I'm like, none of them pay my bill, so I really don't care.
Yeah. You don't care uko kwa payslip. Kuna wase wengine hii buda hiyo ndo mshahara yao.
That's what I'm saying. Tell me and I'll just call them out and be like, why would you guys, I'm not gonna tag you or anything. I'll just say, so and so, why are you refusing to pay for the band? You don't care about Kenyan instrumentalists?
Na rehearsals.
Do you understand? Like, let me do it, and then they figure it out. I'm like, call people out. If we have time to call baby mamas and baby daddies out with text messages online, why are you not calling out somebody for not being accountable for paying creatives?
Baby daddies and baby mommies.
On that note, goodbye, Kenzo. Bye, everybody. You guys enjoy your freaking weekend. The day has started crazy with the rain, but Kate is flying out because he's bougie and fancy. Just down somewhere to the side upper.
Ndampelekea hapo kuchange do ndo aniwache kidogo.
Why are you this guy? But massive epic stuff happening this weekend. 2 things. Am I correct? Yes. I think everything's actually happening on the Sunday. No. Shout out to my boy Kevin, DJ Saint. He's going to be at Kentwood Address this evening. So tunaenda kubash properly on the Friday.
How is he, brother?
He's winning in life. That guy has 0 problems. None. And then on Sunday, we've got actually 3 major gigs happening on Sunday. We've got Pixby in conjunction with Shoke Festival happening at Sankara. Shout out to Akina Kachero, Akina Bari, and Akina Fully Focus.
Now that we mention hiyo jina inaanza na B.
Barry,
A guy owes me.
Oh, hi. To have your conversation. Then second, we've got the El Boogie event happening at Carnival with all the we've got DJ Adrian, DJ Ben, the classic Kani night at with the OGs is also going to be happening on the Sunday. And then there's Afro DJ Festival happening at Sarit Center, courtesy of Bruce and Sharp Entertainment and Gomez Entertainment and Co. And that's going to have like Kamido, Spyro, Pokoli, my favorite DJ Neptune, obviously my favorite DJ Semi, and DJ Bucks, who's going to be doing the Amapiano's South Africa vibe, which I know is like Kate's thing. I know this. Unfortunately, I know this. But we're not going to bring that conversation up too much. But thank you guys so much for pulling up. Your jams are definitely going to stay on rotation on Icon Radio because we definitely play 75% of Kenyan music. We're about that life. So keep sending us your music. Keep tagging us in everything you've got going on. Kindly, ma'am, I have expectations for you. I have such high expectations for you. If you fail me in the next few months, I'm just gonna be like, sasa we ni team kuangusha, team angusha. But okay, you guys have yourselves an amazing weekend. We'll catch you guys next week. Please, hata kama kunanyesha, usireply text yoyo mse, muliachana, muache tu. Hiyo story ishe tu hapo, please. There is so much amazing single people out there. Well, even if they're not, it is what it is. It's Nairobi. So do you, but just don't respond to that one text.
Kudanganya watu, enda huko bana. Hey, enda wakikutext enda.
Black boy DJ Azcom.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're about to go on a long ride of good music and great vibes with the undisputed DJ.
Black boy DJ Azcom.
A main switch production.
Diane, see me Jabber, she be finer than all of them. We can't explain how me feel around her again. Diane, see me Jabber, she be finer than all of them. We can't explain how me feel around her again. Ya colero one elen, don't in her hair, you more than a friend. Everyone around them a stir them a mad over. Rock and a dance I'll be and a mad over. She not a fan of Madrid, she Barcelona. British killer my alley any performer. The way that she moving, man, them what you want me cheesy. Jabber, sudi buta. Selecta joki kutesa, cheza yunziki. Nyaka ukinyi. The way that she moving, man, them what you want me cheesy. Jabber, sudi buta. Selecta joki kutesa, cheza yunziki. Nyaka ukinyi. Jabet. Toto akwayo bimutaka. Oberana. Unataka nini sema nikupange. Tell me your problem, Jabet. maber sema yote. Hoya hoya kamia kata kogongo. Ukisonga ninasonga twende bondo. Mikasa ni sukasa baka bondo. Kiyono kata nyono kawachiko bondo. Kabedo katibedo kawario rongo. The way that you moving, man, them what you want me cheesy. What you want me cheesy. Traver sudi buta, sudi buta, sudi buta.
Black Boy DJ Azcom.
Tried to save us, nilisumbuka sana. Usijaribu kurudi kwangu tena. Nikikumbuka vile niliteseka. Misiko ready kukuwa member tena. So yourself a favor, siniwe ulinitema. Eti ni karma, mbona unauliza? Si unajua Felix nilifuliza. Usijifanye eti sasa we ni zuzu. I had to set you free from my heart to be at peace. Don't you come back running, begging for repeat. No, all your chances are complete. Usijifanye zuzu. I'm over you, I'm proud of myself. I'm over you, I'm over you, I'm over you, I'm proud of myself. I'm over you, I'm over you. Since I told you kuna siku utarudi, juu ya kiburi wewe hukuamini, na ningetaka bado siwezi rudi. Sa utajua lisilobudi hubidi juu. Mimi sijali itabidi umekubali. You know I loved you but you took my love for granted. You see ajali, this is how it is supposed to be. We were never meant to be. Let's accept reality. Kuna pedi nani pedi wa mapenzi. Nimemdedi juu yeye anani enzi. As you can see hapa wewe huhitajiki. Jibembeleze tafadhali wejipate. I'm over you, I'm proud of myself. I'm over you, I'm over you, I'm proud of myself. I'm over you,
Black Boy DJ Azcom.
Tried to save us, nilisumbuka Tried to save us, nilisumbuka sana. Usijaribu kurudi kwangu tena. Nikikumbuka vile niliteseka. Misiko ready kukuwa member tena. So yourself a favor, siniwe ulinitema. Eti ni karma, mbona unauliza? Si unajua Felix nilifuliza. Usijifanye eti sasa we ni zuzu. I had to set you free from my heart to be at peace. Don't you come back running, begging for repeat. No, all your chances are complete. I'm over you, I'm proud of myself. I'm over you, I'm over you, I'm over you, I'm proud of myself. I'm over you, See, once I told you kuna siku utarudi, juu ya kiburi wewe hukuamini, na ningetaka bado siwezi rudi. Sa utajua lisilobudi hubidi juu. Mimi sijali itabidi umekubali. You know I loved you but you took my love for granted. You see ajali, this is how it is supposed to be. We were never meant to be. Let's accept reality. Kuna pedi nani pedi wa mapenzi. Nimemdedi juu yeye anani enzi. As you can see hapa wewe huhitajiki. Jibembeleze tafadhali wejipate. I'm over you, proud of myself. I'm over you, I'm over you, I'm proud of myself. I'm over you.
DJ Azcom.
Najua nitapata someone better ukitaka wewe enda. No single thing. No, 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 no single thing. No, 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 no single thing. We can talk no more. No, no, we can talk no single thing. We can talk no more.
Black Boy DJ Azcom.